Since Botswana attained independence in 1966, the country has achieved impressive economic performance. Largely built on the wealth of diamond deposits discovered in 1967, the country now boasts the strongest currency in Southern Africa and the best Standard & Poor Moody rating anywhere on the continent. It is testimony to the progressive and far-sighted policies of the country's leaders that they are not content to sit on their laurels but are actively diversifying the economic potential. Many companies ranging from multinationals to small businesses have recognized the potential offered by the conducive business environment and have established themselves in Botswana. Recent developments in the diamond industry enable the country to finally leverage its huge diamond production and have opened up a host of downstream industry possibility. The country is actively rolling out downstream business enterprises relating to all her natural resources, not just diamonds. Sitting on the edge of the continent's second largest desert, the Kalahari, the country boasts an abundance of silica sand and quartz needed for a blossoming glassware industry. Mineral wealth in Botswana has not yet been explored or exploited to its fullest. A great deal of exciting exploration is being undertaken right now, and new discoveries are continuously being made. For example, a gold mine was recently commissioned and a huge methane gas field that dwarfs that of Mozambique has been found. In addition to the phenomenal mineral wealth, the country's sizable cattle stocks provide opportunities for tanneries and the production of leather goods. Botswana is probably best known for its stunning wildlife and the natural beauty of its preserved wilderness areas. Almost 1/5 of the country is protected land and devoted to national parks and game reserves. The country's diverse habitats, ranging from the lush wetlands of the Okavango Delta in the north to the red desert dunes in the south, provide unique and unrivaled opportunities for tourism. How many other countries can boast 164 different species of mammals? The tourism sector is an area in which the government is actively seeking the participation of the private sector. With no minimum investment constraint nor any requirements to offer a shareholding to local citizens, it is possible to acquire your own private game reserve as a freeholder and to play host to lion, elephant, and international tourists. While making the most of these physical assets, perhaps the greatest potential for Botswana comes from capitalizing upon its intangible assets. Rated by Transparency International as the least corrupt country in Africa for the last 3 years, the tradition of democracy, stability, and good governance that has reigned since independence is what really distinguishes this nation from her continental neighbors and makes Botswana a logical financial hub. In fact, the positioning of Botswana at the center of Southern Africa places the country in a unique position for being a business hub for various activities and not just financial. It is ironic that landlocked Botswana may become Africa's leading offshore financial center. Botswana has a safe, stable economy with good banking systems and infrastructure. Through its International Financial Services Center, IFSC, Botswana has created a unique window to establish itself as the best location in Africa. Unlike some other countries, Botswana has no exchange controls, so people doing business across Africa can route and control their assets and their monies from here with no restrictions on that money's movement. The diversification strategy is underpinned by an effort to increase productivity through skills development. Botswana is fully committed to investing in human resource development, and it incurs the highest per capita expenditure on education in the world. As a result, the country has a highly skilled and semi-skilled English-speaking population with a literacy rate exceeding 80%. Skilled personnel are available in a range of disciplines. These skills are the product of vocational training centers, institutes of health sciences, the University of Botswana, Botswana Accountancy College, and other institutions abroad. The government will continue to follow prudent economic management in order to enhance the confidence of the private sector. Concerted effort continues to be made to contain inflationary pressures through sound monetary policies that ensure a stable macroeconomic environment. Industrial infrastructure is being expanded and more competitive conditions are being maintained through liberalization and deregulation. Fiscal and monetary policies have been put in place to make Botswana attractive as an investment destination. There are tax and customs and excise incentives which are attractive to both manufacturing and services sectors. The government is committed to improving the investment climate. For example, formulation of a competition policy which is expected to culminate in a competition law is underway. Investors should then feel that they are operating on a level playing field and discourage anti-competitive business practices. In addition, acts like the Copyright and Neighbouring Rights Act are being reviewed and modernized. The review of the Copyright and Neighbouring Rights Act will ensure investors that whatever creation they invent in Botswana will be protected, more especially when we are increasingly encouraging research and development centers to set up in Botswana. Botswana has adopted a spectrum of policies and programs aimed at diversifying the economy away from mineral-based to non-traditional exports and, at the same time, signed various market access, bilateral and multilateral agreements which accord goods exported from Botswana preferential access into their markets. Though the country has a small population of 1.7 million, companies are taking advantage of the generous trade agreements Botswana has with several economic blocs. Companies have market access, duty and quota-free to the USA through Africa Growth and Opportunity Act, to the European Union through the Cotonou Agreement. Botswana is part of a common customs area which comprises South Africa, Lesotho, Swaziland and Namibia, according duty-free movement of goods between the five countries with a total population of about 55 million people. Botswana is also a member of the Southern African Development Community, SADC, which comprises of 14 Southern African countries and has a combined population of over 200 million people and an annual import bill of about $200 billion. This creates enormous opportunities for trade and investment, and investors are invited to use Botswana as a strategic location from which they can exploit these opportunities. The Botswana Export Development and Investment Authority, BADIA, the focal point for investors, stands ready to assist you to fully exploit the abundant opportunities in Botswana. BADIA takes you through all administrative requirements and clearance, and also assists you through the operational phases of your project. BADIA is the friend of the investor. Perhaps Botswana's greatest asset is its people, renowned for their courtesy, their warmth, and their friendliness. They welcome all with open arms. Botswana is a model of democracy, peace, and harmony. A safe and cosmopolitan country where people of many races, religions, and creeds live in peace and mix freely with one another. Botswana is buzzing. Botswana is on the move.
Imagine a place where culture and nature become one. That place is Botswana, so why not invest here?
There are so many opportunities, work, education.
Just a great place to live in.
People are friendly.
We are really happy in our country.
There's huge potential in Botswana.
It's hot, but it's beautiful.
For an aspiring female professional, Botswana is the place to be.
We treat everybody equally in this country, so it's wonderful.